All right, so we've made some progress on our small app, and this app is like an HTTP clone. So if we run it on our machine, we can try to make curl requests to our let's say app, and we just need to specify one of the files. So we can use the markdown readme file, and it's gonna give us back the contents of that file, right? By using the networking. So for now that's pretty cool, but I was thinking, what if we want to do like directory listings? So if we try to run the Python version of this thing, and now we do the same curl, we get back the same response. I mean, it also does nicer, let's just say, logs. But what if we curl this thing? It gives us back like an HTML that tells us, well, this is the directory and these are the files that you can ask from this directory. And that's what I wanted to try and achieve in this part. How about trying to figure out if the path that we send here is just a single file, or if it's like a directory, and we try to build this kind of content for directories. So yeah, let's try to do that. So an interesting function that we are gonna use for, I guess, checking if a file exists or not. So I guess at this point right here would be, I guess, access, right? Or but we should already have it because it's in UniSTD. So we imported that library for some functions. I honestly forgot. I think for close. So we have that function, right? And this function um, looks like it gets the file name, I thought, or something like that. But we also could use the stat function. Well, I don't know why it's not auto-completing, but this one should also be. Oh, that's interesting. So we can just even call it like this. Let's see if we can find the file itself. So interesting, it's in sysstat. Okay, so we could just import this thing, sysstat, and now we should have the function. So we get the file attributes into that stat structure, and I would say it's gonna be pretty much the same thing like here. So yeah, I guess and probably we are also gonna get back some errors if the file doesn't exist. So is a file referring to, which I mean it's nice, right? Because yeah. All right, so but there are also fstat and lstat. What does lstat get? Okay, whatever. So maybe we can just use stat to figure out information about the file. All right, so let's try to see what we get back for each file that we pass in here. So where is the path? I mean, yeah, for the path, I'm just gonna do path +1 for now. In the future, we'll get in the first argument of this function, we'll get the path where we want to start the server, and by default it's gonna be the current directory. So here we are just gonna concatenate current directory plus path, so it's gonna be fine. But for now, yeah, let's just do path +1, right? And we also need to do like result is equal to, because we are gonna get back result, and see that structure stat. So struct stat, I guess path stat, I don't know. And here we can just say the path stat, right? And I would say probably this thing should return 0. So if result is not 0, then we dslog error stat, and we should just continue to the next request. So let's see. So gcc, we run this thing, and we curl for readme. Okay, I mean, I didn't print anything, so expected. But we also didn't get an error, so it means that stat worked. All right, so that's important. So let's see what fields we have on this structure. So quite a lot of fields. I'd be curious if there is something like telling you if it's a directory. So if I pass something like this, it failed the stat. Okay, I mean, but how would you actually do this thing, right? Because st mode. Well, that's interesting because looks like for me it's throwing an, oh, because the path is, yeah, I mean, I'm dumb, but okay, let's create a directory. So make dir x, and let's restart this thing /x, right? So now it works. So it was just because the string was empty or something stupid like that. So fine. And yeah, that means that we have to check somehow the st mode. It's so st mode, right? St mode looks like it's the file mode, which probably refers to, if it's a directory of simple file, pipes, blocks, block file, device, and so on. So yeah, that could be useful. I mean, as a shortcut, you can also just do that. Okay, so No, I'll believe it. It's probably isdir for is directory. So yeah, we'll have here like if is no s is reg. Okay, that stat st mode, right? So if it's a regular file, we do all of this stuff with the response. Could we just have something like this at the end, and then maybe content, oh, this one here, and then content length should also be defined outside. So int content length is equal to 0, and then if it's a regular file we read it, otherwise if s is dir, that's that st mode. So if it's a directory we do something else, and else we could just ds log error mode not supported yet or something like that, and then continue. Okay, so here at this point we just want to build that listing. Okay, let's see what happens if we rerun this thing and we curl the readme. It works as expected. It gives us back the text content, and if we curl the directory, it doesn't give us back anything. So I guess that's also expected, probably. But let's check again. So that one tells us that it started. Huh. Well, probably we should make something here, so I don't know. I could test file. So if I curl, that's strange. Right, why doesn't it give us the directory listing for X? Because if I go to localhost 8000 from here, it should give me like the, yeah, I mean, pretty strange. Whatever, I don't really care that much. But yeah, I really like these requests, right? So what if we try to at least build some of this HTML? So we can just try to copy this entire thing into our editor. Right, let's comment it out. Okay, and we could have it like a template. I mean, it's gonna be a string builder, directory builder or something. We need to initialize it. Right, and then we can append append n is just the simple version, but let's use this one. So the beginning part should be kind of the same. So let's try it. Doc type HTML, then it's a new line. I don't think it even matters if it's a new line or not, but okay, let's add all of that. This thing, a new line, and it's a head. Let's also close. Well, actually, no. Yeah. I mean, probably it's gonna be easier to just copy paste this thing. So here, let's use stuff. Then we want here a new line. Then let's paste this. And here it's interesting because it's the path, right? We need to pass the path here for title. Then it's another new line, and we close the head. To make things a bit easier, let's start a new string like this because it's gonna concatenate it. Then it's body. Then it says directory listing /again. So we pass the path again. Then we have that HR, the UL, and then comes the list itself, so we can stop here, I guess. And then we just pass path twice. Oh, nice. You can just format it like this. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so I pass path twice because we have it once here and once here. So this should build our thingy. And now I want to do something like ds string builder, probably build, and let's pass here the directory builder and the pointer to content, and then content len is going to be strlen content. And I mean, yeah, fair enough, it's probably not full on yet, but let's see. If I start main, we could do this thing and it's gonna give us something like this. Now we can do, oh, I mean, won't work to use slash because it's but we can like cheat it. Right, we can do the path traversal bug. So yeah, that works. So at this point we just need to search for all the files in the current directory, add them like this, and then finish off with the rest of the stuff. So let's just imagine search files and then ds string builder append. It's gonna be the closing of the unsorted list. Then we do another horizontal line or whatever, close the body and close the HTML. So HTML. And who said you cannot do HTML in C? So here is directory builder. Okay, perfect. So that's how we. Oh wow, I just wanted to GCC. It's the wrong folder. Okay, GCC, and then let's start main. And if I go to localhost 8000/x, see, pretty cool. It gives us kind of the same response. Verimi.md. That's pretty sus. So it should have got the file. Oh yeah, it actually got it. I don't know why it wasn't. Whatever. So no, it got the file. It's pretty cool. So we are, pretty close. We just need to do the directory listing. Then we need to I mean, I'll check on my own how to make stat work with the dot, like you give it dot and yeah. Okay, if the file doesn't exist, we just have to check this thing. So if this thing happens, we should return 404, or like maybe just check the error that happened. And because right now we are just saying, okay, if it's not 0, we just failed, but maybe we need to check what kind of error it is. Then yeah, here, whatever. You can only do get requests, so it is what it is for now. And yeah, let's try to see list files in directory. I mean, already did this one for the compiler, but yeah, we have to use dir entry, and we need to open the directory, right? Something like this. And we might need to use dir entry.h. So that's one thing. And let's have the directory. So yeah, it's pretty cool because if you think about it, we use this thing as a file pretty much. Pretty nice. So yeah, we use open directory. So, actually, let's just open directory, and we should do path +1, right? Again, we'll have to change this thing in the future to work with the current path, but right, so this point we could do something like this, looks like. So if the directory exists, oh wow, the formatting is insane on this one. And I'm just copying dir directory. Let's just print the files just to see. Just curious. I mean, these are all the files, so that's what I want. In this response, it did like regular files, but I want to display everything, right? So if I run main and I go to something like localhost 1000/x, it gives us all the files. And if I do python 3 http server, let's stop that, http 6969, okay. Let's try it. 6969. It gives us just this file. Right, so we just have to be careful how to build this li thingies. Let's try to do a curl /x, maybe 6969. Okay, let's do it at this point. So we have to build stuff like this. Yeah, maybe just ignore the dots and double dots, but that's beyond the scope of this one. So we have to, oh, I already had it. Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's try to add this thing, right? So instead of printing the name of the entry, let's try to append it. So we append, and here we do li href is equal to %s, right? Close that. Then we do another %s for the name that we display. Then we close the a tag, then we close the list item tag, and then we have to do dir dname dir dname. So yeah, this should in theory give us the stuff. But yeah, I mean, the only issue is that it doesn't work yet for, oh, I forgot a new line, but not important. Okay, so if we restart this and go here at 8000, we can see like test HTML, and if we click on it, yeah, should print the request, because I don't know what the browser does here. So it gets X, and I mean, it tries to get test HTML, which doesn't seem right. I think we should also put in here, like at this point here, we should put the path. So another %s, and then a slash, and here path +1, and then the like to have the test HTML afterwards, right? Yeah, that that does it. So yeah, pretty cool, but you know, this won't work. It's gonna be interesting to make them work, but yeah. Okay, so let's try it one more time. So if I do a curl, yeah, here it doesn't work, but how could I make it work more interestingly? Because if I do this thing, sure, it gives us all the files, but I have to specify the path. Let's just say starting with home. Don't really like that, because that way you can just go into like I can go into other folders and do path reversal, which I mean pretty cool, right? We could do like a small CTF challenge out of this thing, but yeah, I guess I'll have to figure out how we can fix that and how to be able to pass the arguments here and have that current folder as the default when you do like slash like in the directories. But for now it's pretty neat that we can just access localhost 8000 and then we pass a folder and it works, right? It gives us the contents of that file from the folder, so pretty nice. But yeah, we have to figure out how to make this thing work, like how we can navigate to slash, right? So yeah, for now I think this one is decent. It doesn't even load, but for now I think it's decent as a POC. So yeah, we'll see next time when I figure out how to make slash work, and yeah, maybe like 404 errors and other stuff that I have in the readme here at the end. So yeah, see you next time.